Good day, guys. Thanks for visiting Richard's Corner. My name is Richard, and this is another haul reveal with items found from my friends over at the Value Village here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. 3 items for you to look at today, including a DVD set, a big action figure here, and a nice good bundle here with some notable keepers. And after doing some research, I was really surprised about what I've actually found here. So let's start off with the DVD set to start. So this is a DVD compilation of Hack Slash Sign, an Anime Legends complete collection released by Bandai. Now, if we go to the back here and we sort of see what it is, it's actually about an online game, the world being played by millions of people here. So the main character here is a virtual prisoner trapped within the world. And this story is about his journey of trying to get back to the real world, which is a very intriguing idea. Now, I found this at a Value Village for just $10, which is really, really exciting for me. Some people, they tend to complain about some of the pricing over at Value Villages because it used to be a little bit cheaper. I mean, times change, guys. Prices go up and everything. But that's why I still go to Value Village, because it is still cheaper than going to retail. And this is an amazing example. All 6 discs are in here. Always, 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 when you're buying DVDs or CDs or Blu-rays of any kind, please make sure that when you go to a thrift store that the actual contents are either in the case or behind the counter where they're cashing you out. Anyway, so I was fortunate to find all 6 DVDs in here. It has 25 episodes in total for the entire series for Hack Slash Sign. So this is a really good find for $10. When I went on eBay just to figure out how much this might go for if I bought it outside of the store, I actually found a listing here. I'm going to pan my camera out and I'm going to look at here. If you can see that, guys, $27 US plus $33 shipping. $50? Really? For an anime DVD? Look, I don't care how cool it is, but I mean, I'm not spending $50 for a really cool DVD. So I'm really excited to find this for a fraction of the price. I'm really excited to give this a view because it looks really intriguing. It's almost Matrix-like, the kind of story where it's a virtual world. So I'm really excited to add this to the DVD collection that I have, as well as give it a good viewing. So the next guy that I found was very recognizable to me. If you look at the clone trooper face there, this is clearly one of the prequel Star Wars figures here, and it's in Transformer mode. You can see I got it for $3 before any kind of discount. Let's just break it open here. Now, I did do a little research about this. It was released, let's see here if I can just sort of pull up an eBay listing here. It was released way back when they did a whole series of Star Wars Transformers. Now, I don't have a year on this listing here, but anyway, so this is actually Commander Cody in his patented orange visored mask here. So that's really, really cool. And you can see that his boots here are, let's see if I can get his feet pointed the right way. I don't transform Transformers too often these days. There we go. There we are. This is super stiff. Like, this hasn't been played with in a long time, actually, I can tell. This is just, there we go, perfect. Now we can get his armor looking, his armor out here, other way. Oh, it does face the other way. Okay, I think it does. Okay. All right, let's do that again. So I finally have his him back in his robot mode in a proper stance so that you can actually take a look at him here. Love the oversized proportions on here. I know Transformers don't really translate well as Star Wars characters don't really translate well as robots, because they're not robots, they're people. But this is actually a really cool looking figure. I love the super broad shoulders here. Apparently he transforms into a transport truck and tank. So it's a really cool looking Transformer. He doesn't have any accessories. Looks like he's actually missing part of the panels that should be sticking out here to make the side body of the car. So obviously I'm not going to transform this back into a truck for display. I'm going to actually transform him, or keep him in his robot mode to display. But look at that. Isn't that awesome? Love the little bit of detailing here, a little bit of weathering there. The back obviously hides some of the big panels that make up the truck. a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wheeler. Like that's just a massive transport in the scheme of things. But this guy I just got for $3. I was so happy about it because if I pan up to my eBay screen here, this listing here, this particular one has it going on for $27 complete. Granted, yes, it has its gun. Yes, it has the full, it's not, obviously it's a complete piece. But even with shipping, I mean, this is a $60 figure this person's asking for on eBay, and I got it for $3. I mean, wow. Like, I'm, again, very fortunate that I found what I found at Value Village this time around because I love these kind of figures. I love finding these cool actiony figures, and paying a fraction of the price is just like, it just astounds me that I can do this. So I'm really grateful to be in this hobby because, finding stuff like this would like put take food out of our mouths just so that I could get one figure. And I guarantee you I spent less than $10 or $20, less than $15, I guess, for all of the things that I'm showing today. So this is a really cool find. Okay, so I have one more bundle to show you here. This one cost me $3.99, and mostly because the person that was pricing it recognized that there are some premium figures in here. There's a Thing there. It looks like a Power Ranger. There's a Wolverine here, and a bunch of other miscellaneous that they sort of lumped in. So let's do a quick unbagging and let's just check what we got. So I've got most of them standing up here. Some of them obviously can't stand on their own. But let's go with some of the obscure before we go into the primo figures that I was really excited about. So obviously these little army guys and little knight here, as cute as they are, they're a little too generic for me. So I'm not sure if anyone here is going to want them or if I'll donate them, but those ones are going to be set aside for now. Now this guy isn't quite obscure, actually. It very much resembles Megatron from the Michael Bay movies. So that's actually a nice Transformer figure in sort of a half robot, half vehicle mode. I'll have to do a little research as to who or what iteration of Megatron this is, but it's clearly the sinister Megatron right there. So that's pretty cool. I like the detailing. I like it being in motion. It's quite nicely painted and not bad at all for being an extra into my bundle there. So that's pretty cool. Now this little guy, it's a stick on the window Spider-Man. Now the reason why I probably won't keep this is one, it does kind of stand well, but I mean it looks a little wonky with this suction cup hands. It doesn't even look like he's holding a shield or anything like that. It's just a little bit dopey for my for my collection at large. So this is probably going to be set aside, but it's not a bad find there. That is definitely Spidey. And it does stick on the window. I didn't test it here, but take my word for it, it will stick on the window there as a hanger. I guess one big problem I have as far as the display piece, even on the window, is that he's facing this way. So you don't even get to see his face, and unless I'm going to stick it outside to sort of see him looking back at me, it's not really, worthwhile for me. So cute, but not exactly a keeper. So just from behind the row here, we've got another generic army guy. And then this guy, it's unusual. Like, he doesn't look like he's anyone in particular. I don't see anything that, any distinguishing marks as far as it being part of a series of characters or anyone really noteworthy. If anyone happens to know, maybe it is something I should be holding on to. It doesn't really immediately speak to me if it is just a generic guy. I don't really play the guns and robbers or thugs or mercenary kind of games. With my action figures, they're mostly for display. So unless this one speaks to you, I don't think it's going to be a keeper to me. If you happen to know, though, please leave a comment below. Now getting into the more cooler ones here, this is definitely a Happy Meal toy from one of the iterations of Power Rangers. Not a bad find, I think, but it's missing its base, and it does have an odd stance to it because his action is to actually kick. I believe part of the base would make him actually kick. So probably not a keeper for me as far as my collection goes, but not a bad find. So getting to the front row here, this guy, although it's very generic, looks like it's a 2004 figure. I'm not sure which action figure series it happens to be. It's got an unusual, a nice ball joint. Oh, no, it's actually not a ball joint, but oh yeah, it is a ball joint. A ball joint shoulders here, so he does have a little bit of posability. But yeah, I'm not sure who this guy is. He's very generic, but I'm going to keep him because I think his look is pretty cool. If you happen to know what series this might be, and if there's a lot more that I should be aware of, then please let me know because, this is just kind of a unique set of figures to have. So pretty cool. So looking at the Primo figures here, we have one figure. His name is Chromastone from the Ben 10 Alien Force series. I actually have a couple of these that I found that have been donated to Value Village, and I just find that the look of him is pretty cool. Nice minimalistic lines again, kind of very, very much a replica of the cartoon equivalent. I just like his look. He's, I don't watch Ben 10 myself, but the figures really speak to me. I actually have been tempted to look for more Ben 10 figures because the monsters are so fantastical and quite creative and very different from one another. So they're not just a single mold that's been replicated over and over again. For a toy line, it's got a lot of variety. So I'm glad to find this Chromastone in my bag today. But these three premium figures are the ones that I'm most excited about today. Just like the Clone Trooper being quite a sought-after figure online, these ones also fetch a little bit of a price tag if I was going to find them outside of this package. So let's start off with this wonderful version of The Thing. So this is a Marvel Universe 3.75-inch figure of The Thing. Marvel Universe figures are really, really cool because the figures themselves are to scale with other ones. So if you actually put it next to Wolverine, that's how tall Wolverine would be compared to The Thing, because they're both from the same line. So I find that really, really cool. They also sport a lot of extra detail and painting. This may be a mass-produced figure, but it is done very, very well. For a North American figure, these are super cool. So there's quite a bit of articulation. Arms here, in the arms, even in the wrists. Obviously his head moves. Whoops, sorry, I'm getting out of focus there. His waist has limited movement, and then his legs are on ball joints with joints in the knee and in the ankle. So he can be posed in quite a bit of action-y kind of styles. This guy is actually fairly well sought after. You can find him on eBay, all over eBay, for between $7 and $20, believe it or not, out of package, before any type of shipping. Throw shipping in from anywhere in Canada or States, the shipping can be upwards of $20 as well. So $40 for this? Like, wow. One, it's hard to find these. Once they're out of the shelves, they don't get re-released very often. So it's quite a really cool find to find these at all. Two, the collector's prices for these are outrageous. I mean, like, in my opinion, I think they're fair, but I don't have a collector's wallet of money just sitting around and saying, oh, I'll just pick up this and that and this and that. I mean, finding this in a package for $3 among other figures, I'm way ahead as far as how much I would have paid versus what I did. So this is an awesome find. So along the same lines of Marvel Universe figures, this is an unmasked Wolverine. Now, although it is very similar to the Marvel Universe ones, this is actually a poor example because this is actually from the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. So now Wolverine in the X-Men Origins did not have the yellow outfit, which makes this very unique. Although they call it a Marvel Universe figure on some eBay listings, it's actually not officially from the Marvel Universe line, but it is scaled the same way, which is really cool. So what makes this very unique is that it's in this classic X-Men from the comics, X-Men comic uniform, so the yellow and black with the blue and red highlight there. So you can see without his mask there, that's a really, really cool variant of the actual Marvel Universe classic Wolverine that has his mask on. So He does have some limited articulation. He's got his claws already out. Very nicely detailed. You see in the light there just how awesome and fierce he looks. Really good muscular proportions and everything. It doesn't have joints in his ankles, but he does have rotatable joints in his hips and his knees, as well as his shoulders and the forearms here and his head. So this figure, now I saw one listing which is I just thought was outrageous, and I have to show you the screen because I don't think you'd believe me. Seeing the thing may cost about 20 bucks on eBay is one thing, but this is ridiculous. I went on eBay and I saw one listing here for it in package, granted. So it is the same figure. The listing says it's $39 plus $50 for shipping. Like, you really? Now that's a mad price. Like that's crazy. Now I did see some other listings here that had it for a lot less. Here's one for a good $11 plus $18 shipping. Here's another one for $11 with $22 shipping. And then here's one with a stand. That's not the same figure, but that's crazy, guys. Like, really. This is why thrifty collecting is so for me, because yeah, I love Marvel characters. I love collecting these kinds of figures, but there is no way that I am going to spend $30 for one figure. You know, like, I don't think there are a lot of husbands or boyfriends or anything that would be able to get away with that if you're living with your wife or girlfriend. I mean, like, that is not funny. Like this, you know, but if you are a collector, you know, you suck up the bill for this, you know, that's just crazy. I'm not going to pay $30 for a 3.5 inch or 3.75 of an inch figure. I mean, really, but it is cool. But getting it for basically less than $1 after the value of the entire package, yeah, I'm really happy with that. So yes, thrifty collecting all the way, guys, and a big win for Value Village here. So this is pretty awesome. So although I'm really excited about the Marvel figures, there is one guy in the middle here that stands out, and it's not something I would have normally sought after, but I'm really happy I found it now. So apparently this is from the Jungle Fury Power Rangers series. This is Jungle Master Blue Jaguar. So take a look at just some of the attention to detail in this figure here. Look at the mask. That's very unique for a Power Ranger. Usually it's just the visor with the non-translucent visor, and you know, like, I just love the extra detail. It kind of looks like a bicycle helmet, I'll grant that, but it is a little bit different than the normal Power Rangers. Like, the gauntlets are looking pretty slick here. Minimal detail here in the chest, and very clean lines as far as a Power Ranger is concerned. I like the ball joints in the legs for a little bit more of a heroic stance there. Some articulation in the hands, as well as in the arms here, both in the shoulders, elbow, and wrist. And then the head actually is static, believe it or not. But it doesn't detract from the figure, because it itself is actually quite a cool figure. Now, I was looking again on eBay to see whether or not this was another sought after figure, and believe it or not, it's a little bit more reasonable, but some of the prices range from $16 all the way up to $30 before any kind of shipping. So depending on how complete the figure was, this would fetch at least $16. I think this one without any accessories, missing the back piece here, probably would go for maybe $10. For the right customer. So not a bad find, but still way ahead of what I actually spent for it. So a little bit of scuff here on the paint here, that's not a big deal for me. Very, very cool looking Power Ranger, very unique from the Mighty Morphing ones and the current iteration of Power Rangers. So I'm pretty happy to find something a little bit more unique as far as a Power Ranger is concerned. Very cool. So this is Richard from Richard's Corner signing out for now. The final pan doesn't have as many items as I normally would have for a final shot. That is the nature of thrifty collecting, though. You know, sometimes you will find all kinds of treasures bundled in with a bunch of fluff, and you just sort of donate the rest back, because it will give an opportunity for someone else to pick it up. It might not be cool for me, it might not suit my own collection, but you know what, it might just suit someone else's. So donate it back, and keep supporting your local thrift stores, and they will appreciate you for it. So in the meantime, I wish you happy hunting, I wish you happy collecting, and for whatever finds you find today, I hope they are equally awesome. So this is Richard, signing out for Richard's Corner today. We'll see you next time.